hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Professional Weapons in Advanced Warfare. And in this episode, we are taking a look at the professional ASM1s. And yes, I did unlock the ASM1 Rigor, but on the other account, which means I have to go switch on the other account because I don't have all the professional variants on my account still, but I got the Rigor on my dad's account, which is what I'm using for these two things. So starting with the ASM1 Magnitude, the marksman variant, which looks like the Competence, and then the two professionals orange, which are the Reckless and the Rigor. Starting today with the Magnitude, which is got to be either the best ASM1 variant or the second best ASM1 variant, we don't know. But first of all, it has plus 15% range both for your 3-shot kill and your 5-shot kill. See, so you got 15% range for both of those damage zones, which is very nice. Now, there's no way to show those off because I don't know, but I do know if you put advanced rifling on the Magnitude, your 3-shot kill goes up to 18.3 meters from Drifter. Anyways, let's talk about the downsides that ASM1 Magnitude had, and they're pretty minor, actually. The Magnitude has a 10% wider hipfire spread. You might not notice it. The hipfire may look the same, but it may look a bit wider for the Magnitude, so you don't really notice too much of a penalty to your hipfires. The hipfire is still glorious and glamorous as it may be. It may be a little bit dumpier, may miss some shots, but overall it's really not that bad for the Magnitude. And you also get a 10% slower ADS time than the base variant. So I'm going to show off both of these now. They're aim down sights times, and here we go. Oh crap. And as you see, both times it does take a little bit longer for the... You don't even notice a penalty often, but it does take longer for the Magnitude to focus your gun up, but really it's not that bad. You don't notice too much of an ADS penalty. So really the Magnitude is almost a purely bonus weapon with the free advanced rifling, except you can put advanced rifling on top of that to make it even better. So the regular ASM1 is beating it. Now I do want to tell you guys that for the next variant that the normal ASM1 at its longest range will kill in 6 shots, and I'm going to show that off now. And it does have some sway, so that's kind of annoying. That's how many shots it takes to kill at its longest range, which is 5. Or 6. No, it's a 6-shot kill at long range, but with the Competence here, the Competence has +1 damage, which means that the shots to kill for the ASM1 Competence, which is the next professional variant, the ASM1 Magnitude is the marksman, this is the professional, looks just like it. This is how many shots it takes to kill from long range. Fuck! Alright, let me do that again. Shit. Hold on, let me full recovery. Stand back. Alright, let me do that again after I get full body view. Okay, so anyways, let's try that again. That was screwy. And as you see, it is a 5-shot kill at long ranges, so your long range damage increases from 18 to 20, and considering it's a submachine gun, you can get to that long range pretty fast, so it's not that hard to do. Therefore, it's a very good change to have on your ASM1 to have like a higher damage, so it has 5-shot, so it has a 5-shot kill instead of a 6 at long range, so it's 3, 5, and 5 instead of 3, 5, and 6. So that's very good to have on your ASM1 because submachine guns drop down pretty quickly in range. But time to talk about the downsides. Unfortunately, the ASM1 Competence has 10% more recoil. This is the base ASM1 recoil that I'll show off right here. And it does have a tendency to kick off, but it is an accurate SMG overall. But this is how much the Competence is going to kick. As you see, it wobbles way more, so it's not as bad as the Strider, which has 30% more recoil, but as you can see, that change is relatively minor, but frustrating. And it also has 15% less range on your 3-shot kill. Since the ASM1 Competence is so consistent with its 3-shot kills, since it's so consistent with its 3-shot kills, it really it just with its 5-shot kills, it really just changes your it really changes your you know, your 3-shot kill range, so that's not good. But it does have a 10% tighter hipfire spread, and this is actually a noticeable change. You get a 10% tighter hipfire spread, which makes that ASM1 better for hipfiring, because it's the only ASM1 variant that actually has tighter hipfire, believe it or not. So that's very good, because ASM1's a good hipfire submachine gun. And that's all for the Competence. Very good professional variant. Next up, I'm gonna get the Reckless. And this is all a rate of fire variant. So I'm gonna compare two rates of fires actually. Now, so this is the normal ASM1 rate of fire. And this is the Reckless rate of fire. And of course you notice a big change. But let me show you something else. I put rapid fire on another normal ASM1 to show you that. So this is how the normal ASM1 fires with rapid fire. And this is the Reckless. And the Reckless is actually faster. It actually does shoot faster than the Speakeasy, believe it or not. And that's a big surprise because, yeah, it's just a big surprise. So the Reckless actually, because it has a built-in rapid fire, it has 20% more recoil, unfortunately. So grip is mandatory on this elite variant. So it has built-in rapid fire, which gives it a +2 rate of fire, and it also has a +1 fire rate to add to that to make the fire rate +3. Yes, it is +3, which is faster than the Speakeasy. Although I'd prefer the Speakeasy because you can put on rapid fire, and it's actually faster than the Reckless itself, whereas you can't make the Reckless any faster. And the Speakeasy looks more awesome, and it has free extended mags. Yes, it does have. It is less powerful at ranges, but I just prefer the Speakeasy over the Reckless. But the Reckless is still an excellent variant, although it does take up an attachment slot. But so does the Speakeasy, but that's different. You can still put rapid fire. It's really all about that rapid fire that's built in there. And then the downside to the Reckless is they have a 10% wider hip fire spread, just like the Magnitude. Really, I don't think this is a huge deal, but it can be annoying for those of you that like hip fire, and it's only made worse by the rapid fire, which makes hip fire a little bit wider. So that's obviously not a good thing. And of course, the last variant that we are going to take a look at is the good one, which is going to be the ASM1 Rigor. So let me go to a wall. I don't know which wall I should go to. Yeah, this one's fine. So the Rigor is just a straightforward variant, but I feel like it's an excellent professional variant. And yeah, go up there. Screw it. So the Rigor just has one simple thing. It has 20% less recoil, which is very nice for an ASM1. So again, comparing the recoil, this is the normal ASM1's recoil. It doesn't kick much. It can kick, but it's very accurate. Now this is how accurate the Rigor is. As you see, it just doesn't kick up that much, which makes it even better. If we put a foregrip on it, it basically becomes a laser. Although one thing I do want to say about this variant is that variants with increased accuracy have this little metal thing that's blocks your iron sights a little bit. This is the same for the ASM1 Reliable, and your iron sights will look smaller. So if you want, you can put an optic if the iron sights are too small on this weapon or too blocky. You can't really see them. I would prefer like an optic if you want to. And the only bad side to the Rigor is they have 20% wider hipfire spread, which you actually can notice, and it is kind of frustrating because 20% wider hipfire spread means that you can't hipfire much with the Rigor because it's going to be dumpy hipfire, more like the HBR, more like an HBR assault rifle or something like that, or an STG. Like most of like assault rifles that have tighter hipfire, it's going to be like the BAL kind of. So you can still hipfire pretty good with the ASM1 Rigor, but just not as good as other ASM1 variants. So I just want to tell you guys that now. And I feel that these are excellent variants. Again, the Magnitude +2 range, -1 handling, -1 mobility. The Competence has +1 damage, -1 accuracy, -1 range, and +1 handling. The Reckless has +1 fire rate, -1 handling for a free rapid fire attachment, which increases fire rate but does widen hip fire a little bit. And the last one, Rigor, +2 accuracy, which is basically a free foregrip, except you can put some foregrip on more, and -2 handling. So there you go. And honestly, this was a very tough choice, but I did get down to the best one being the magnitude, the second best being the rigor. Yeah, the rigor, because it's top tier in accuracy. The third number 3 would be the competence, because we all like high damage variants, but it does have frustrating recoil and range, but you could correct it with advanced rifling. And Drifter says that 3-shot kill range is not affected, but what else is affected if the 3-shot isn't affected? So, you know, so anyway, so that's that. Competence at number 3, and unfortunately the Reckless at number 4. Yes, the Reckless has a very fast time to kill, but there's so many is there a single bad variant of the ASM1? Like, I have to rate them somehow. And the Reckless does have a fast time to kill, but overall I just prefer like these 3 over them. But I feel like the only bad variant would be like the Scout, which only has decreased fire rate for increased ADS. Not really worth it in my opinion, since it's a submachine gun. And also, the Reliable has decreased range for increased accuracy. I don't know about that one, but Extended is minus damage for plus range, which is better than the Speakeasy, actually, because the Speakeasy is both negatives in those categories. But anyways, those are the ASM1 Professional variants. Finally got to show you guys the Rigor, because I skipped over it because I didn't have it, but now I do. And the next episode, yes, the next episode is going to be on the BAL Professional. So yes, we're doing both the guns that tryhards use, professional variants. Alright, anyways, see you guys.